Stand for prayer, please. Michael P. Prayer, stand, please.
Absolutely. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this time of gathering. We ask that you bless us, Lord, so that we can conduct the business of our city. We put you first in all things, God, and we ask that you would lead us and guide us, give us the wisdom and the understanding and the knowledge that we would lead our city in the right direction. Give us peace throughout this meeting, and we'll give you praise and honor for everything that you do. And we thank you for this day, for this is a day that you've made. We will be glad in all that you say and do through us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. The pledge, please. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes, we won't go mad.
I'd like to welcome all visitors tonight. Repetitious. Secretary does an announcement on Twitter.
We're here. We're here is all I can do.
I've not done anything yet.
Ms. Pat, if you'd like to make
Thanks, Sister.
our secretary quit us, if you'd like to. I'm just kidding.
You think it stinks in here? Yeah.
Don't you like it? Very good. This.
They were saying that all the time.
And she was happy when she got here.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shane. Happy birthday to you.
Y'all got me.
Hey, at least it wasn't lost the palate.
Oh, I go, woo! I
He
can
almost
spin
got
his
me at
hat.
lost the palate. I was like, please don't do that.
I can spin his
You
hat.
want to hold on till afterwards? Y'all do that.
I don't know, but I'll let something about Bruce and Michael, it'd be gone.
That'll make the meeting go quick, won't it?
Yeah. Trey. Trey said, you gotta have ice cream.
Well, I do appreciate that. Turning 42 is not bad.
Hey,
we're the same age, aren't we?
Yeah.
He ain't
I'm gonna keep
42, I know we ain't.
It wasn't bad when I turned it.
I just want you to know how much we as employees appreciate you and
I appreciate all
your
you guys.
kindness and the way you handle business. We're happy to have you as our boss. We're shrinking most days.
I hear.
Most days.
Most days.
We're shrinking.
Roll call, please.
Bruce,
Here.
Michael,
Here.
Michael,
Here.
Denise, yeah, here, Renee,
Here.
Trey.
Here.
Great. Approved minutes of the June meeting and the call meeting. Have any questions or concerns?
No, I make a motion to approve both.
A second.
Motion by Renee, second by Denise.
Bruce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
Approved June financial reports.
I did give y'all 2 copies of the employee time. I'm assuming y'all could have figured out. I gave you a copy of what everybody had as of June 30th because that was the end of the fiscal year. And then everybody's vacation time that had their year end, the vacation time was effective on July the 1st. So I went ahead and ran another one with those vacation hours on there for you.
questions? Have a motion.
Oh, I'll make a motion to approve the hours, is that what we're doing?
The
Financial report.
Financial report altogether.
Do we have a motion or second? Or do you have some concerns or questions?
Looks good to me. I make a motion to approve financial report.
Motion by Mr. Dees. Second. Second by
Bruce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Pierce,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
Is Chris Runnings through with this roof repair?
That's
Yes.
financial.
And then we had another roof repair at
The
City Hall?
roof repairs at City Hall, one of the last big rains that we had, my office started leaking, Shane's office started leaking, it was coming down through the awning, and he's gonna go in there and seal that up. The metal caps on the sides of the roof had been blown off,
I saw that.
and he's gonna tack those back down and fix all of that and reseal everything, so that, cause my ceiling's got some damage to it where it's been leaking in there.
Okay.
Okay, approved bills to be paid.
I've left some stuff on your seats in front of your chairs. It's got another short list of, a couple of bills that came in after I sent your packets out. And also down at the bottom of that, where y'all approved the stale dated checks to be written off, I had been asked how much that was. I put those amounts on there for you. We also wrote off $100,000 in bad debt on the water department because it was all over 5 years old. But that went back to 1994. So it's like 30 years of water bills that needed to be gone. We've got $19,000 left in bad debt, and we've started sending letters out. We've already collected almost $600
Good
of
deal.
the people that we've sent the letters to.
Good.
So the roof repair that's listed on here, that was for
City Hall. Yes, sir.
On the Chris Runyon's roof repair, it says does not include materials. Do we anticipate another bill for materials?
The materials, he will go down to Yates's and get what he needs and just charge it to the city, and then they'll send me a bill directly.
So that's just labor.
What is retro?
That
Good
is
question.
something that I had to pay prior to the board meeting. That was bills that, we had a meeting on the 27th. We approved the end of the year bills, the things that I needed to pay. And then anything that came in that Monday, I went ahead and wrote them to get them on last year's fiscal reports and all of that. So it's stuff I have to pay, either the due date is before the board meeting, or like the cemetery guys, we pay them when they mow. Those things it's already in the budget, so we don't wait to get those things approved before we pay those.
So the retro for the Lake County banner, and then I see on the addendum, there's additional Lake County banner, so that's adding those two together will be
No,
bills to be paid?
This was the bill where I had, the retro bill is the bill that I paid to have the budget put in the paper, because we have to put the budget ordinance in there. The new one is for the actual board meeting notice that we also have to put in the paper.
Okay, so then I'm not clear on how much is being paid for this month on this June 12th bills approved. So is this something that's already paid, or are you asking,
The $252 has been paid.
okay,
The Lake County banner for 1980 that's on the addendum came in today.
okay,
So I had to put that one on, I had already sent you packets. So I had
Right.
to do a separate list to get those approved as well, because I don't wanna wait till
okay.
the next board meeting to pay these bills.
What are we approving? This or this?
This, right here.
It's already been paid.
Which one are you looking at?
The bills to be approved, 6/12/25.
Oh,
That was going on my last meeting.
that should be 7/10/25, I'm sorry.
Say,
All
right here.
So it's not me, okay. That was confused.
Yeah.
I used the same spreadsheet, I just cleared it
Got
off and retyped it.
Okay.
Take last one. Hey,
Have any more questions or concerns?
As far as the water department, what is Hawkins?
That's where we get our bleach and chemicals.
I noticed, a Century equipment, I know it's a payment, but is it divvied up between two departments?
I'm sorry,
The Century bill, is that the chainsaw and all?
yes.
Okay, let's see, I thought let me make sure
There
before
should be some on,
Street and some on water.
I got it right here. It is the same.
Yeah,
bill.
424.66
Yes, sir.
on both of them?
It was split.
Is that for a chainsaw? Did you say?
Oh, it looks like I've got two copies of the same invoice. This was the chainsaw, right? So it's street department, so, you can take that off the water. And it would just be the 424 out of the street. I think you brought me a copy of it, and then they mailed me a copy of it.
That's for a chainsaw, that over, cause I go over, we need to just get off the same place.
So you can take that, so that goes out of the street department?
Yes, sir. We can take that off that water side.
You know, I'm new at this. What's the USA Blue Book?
That's where we get like, our little package that we do our testing with and anything like that we need.
Okay.
Any kind of, they sell a little bit of everything. Blue Book food.
Well, I look for the value of a car in a Blue Book.
That's what you think of when you-
Yeah, okay, that's why I'm asking, Don.
That was
Okay,
the first thought that came to my mind as well.
okay, all right, good. How's the, software going?
Better than expected. We have went live with financial management. We went live with purchasing and property taxes, and all of the the financial reports that you got tonight came out of that system. I was able to balance. It was a seamless process. I have not closed the month out yet because she didn't show me how to do any of that. She's coming back on the 22nd, and she'll be working with me that day, helping me close the month out, and then we'll close the year out. So far, no problems, except they didn't transfer some of my files off the old computer, so I'm having to take my monitor and swap back and forth between the two computers so I can pull stuff I need, put it on a jump drive and transfer it over. That's
Whatever goes is
Yeah.
what they say. Any more questions?
So, you know, I don't want to beat a dead horse. As far as Central goes, so how would you go about preventing from accidentally paying twice?
on that.
You know,
Well, the software, like, if you'll notice, it has the same invoice number, and I enter that stuff by the invoice number. If I put that invoice number in more than one time, it's gonna flag it, and it's not gonna let me enter it
okay.
twice.
Well, on this, it doesn't have I don't see an invoice number, but that's why I was asking. Hey, better flag it and keep you from doing it. You know,
Yes, sir.
that's fine. Well, I make a motion. I've had all the questions. Make a motion to pay the bills.
I second it.
Second by Renee.
Michael Pierce,
Yes.
Michael Ford,
Yes.
Denise. Yes. Craig.
Yes.
Old business. Industrial board appointment.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So, who all is on it now, Bruce, that you're aware of, or supposed to be on it, I guess?
Myself, Jackie Johnson, Nancy Crane, Barbara Marvin. That was about the only 4 that even made an effort to show up. Then most of them didn't show up at one time. We didn't have enough to have a called meeting 9 times out of 10. But I think Ronnie Lanier showed up one time. Then the girl that lives out there beside Billy Gale, I can't think of her name. She works at the prison.
Gifford.
Yep, yeah, Dawn Gifford, that's it. Yeah, she showed up about twice, so that was about it.
I did, y'all had asked me to look and see if there wasn't anything in the charter about how to go about this. The only thing I found was planning commission. I couldn't find,
Yeah.
and it may be later in some of the ordinance, but as far as just the charter is concerned, that was the only, and I texted somebody and asked them, was it the same thing? So I don't know how we go about digging. I just know if I just keep digging to see what the qualifications are, like, do they have to live in town? Do they have to, all of that? That was all I could find was the planning commission and zoning board.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, that's all.
No, it's just Steve when Steve was mayor, he had asked he asked me and others, that's how people volunteered to do it, and he just reached out to the community, he thought that would make some.
I think he was appointed by the mayor. That's how the that's how the zoning board is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to re-entertain Jackie Johnson.
Yeah, me too.
Yes. I agree.
Cause he was one of them that showed up at the meetings.
I mean, the biggest thing is we need the criteria. How many people do we have to have?
6, I
6.
think.
Okay.
That includes the mayor, I think.
Okay.
Well,
Or not?
during the meetings, well, let's see, during the meetings, the mayor wasn't present. What few meetings we had,
Well, and the zoning board, the mayor is still in charge.
So that would still be on the city, so we need to keep digging and see if we
Okay.
can find.
The planning commission is like that as well. The mayor, it's the mayor, 1 alderman, and then you have 4 members of the community that are not in an office. So I'll if I can't find it, I'll call Miss Becky and see if I can get any information from them, but I've dug and that was all I could find.
Okay.
Yeah, I just wanted.
I didn't know if that was the same
thing.
thing, like the planning commission and if they were the same entity or just a different name or.
yeah, well,
I just like to get it set right. And
Yes.
not-
yeah, it needs to be addressed and get it, cause, you have to, I got an email, I responded to an email, that a guy, cause you're supposed to have one established, even though you don't have any industry. You have to have one in place. And I told him that we were it was right before the election, and I said that's one of the things that, I said we're gonna have a
The
fresh
thing
start on
is, we
things,
need to be
hopefully.
ready when they come. We need to be able to have a group of people to get together and make some
Yeah.
decisions quickly.
So we need to at least think about, pretty quick and stay in contact with each other about some thoughts of some people, I agree with Jackie Johnson.
I'll reach out to Cliff tomorrow and see how they've got theirs
Yeah.
set up.
Okay.
So if there isn't a guideline written, do we write a resolution for a new guideline?
Yes, we
Probably
would
so,
would
yeah.
create
That
our
way
own,
you got,
I
you
suppose.
got a list of rules and
Okay.
whatnot.
And so
I think it's-
I am suggesting that if we have to do our own resolution, that I don't personally care, if y'all don't care, just a thought, or mullet, we don't have to answer that question tonight, that people, you might think of somebody that lives right outside the city limits that are still have a Ridgely address or on Ridgely
I was
Water.
gonna say, Ridgely
Yeah.
Water, they should be able to be involved.
That needs to be people considered.
Yeah.
Because that affects them. The zoning into things affects them.
And actually, they feel left out a lot.
Right.
They do.
So we're just gonna table this till we get more information.
But in the meantime, we need to be having, come up at least with 10 people in mind, because you'll have some
That's right,
that's not
somebody's gonna
interested.
say no.
Well, I mean, we can put it out on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
And then,
That'll help.
see people at stores or whatever.
All right, see if there's any interest. But I also suggest Rodney Robertson if we leave it open to,
I mean, I don't have an
Water
issue, if
bill.
they get Ridgely water, I mean, they're
Yeah.
paying Ridgely.
I'd like to suggest Mr. Tony Bard, because he, at the first meeting, he was the one that brought up.
Yeah.
Just need to be ready.
Okay. Just gonna move on past that. Vote on offering TCRS for all employees.
I do have a resolution.
We
It
can
is
waive
5
the
pages
reading.
long.
You can
I
read the
have-
first page, I think we just.
I have verified that I can hit the high points and waive the reading because I did distribute it to you to look over, and plus the gentleman was here at the last meeting.
Yeah.
Basically, it's pretty much everything that he stated. We would be in a local government hybrid plan. Employees would have a 5% would be what they would put into the plan. The city would do 2.3%, which is a little bit lower than nationwide, but from everything that he told us when he was here, it sounds like, I mean, if you're here for 10 years and you can retire and you can draw for the rest of your life, that's an awesome benefit. So basically, that's it. It would be the local government hybrid plan, 5% of the employees' earnable compensation. Retirees would be allowed for a cost of living increase. Part-time employees are not allowed to participate. And that's basically the high points of it. It's pretty much everything that Mr. Kim said. We just have to approve that we do want to get this started. It would start by October the 1st because it does take time to get us enrolled, and he would come down and meet with all of the employees, anybody that's interested.
and what I understood was if you're presently employed, you would have the option, but any new employees from this point forward or from October, whenever is
Yes,
set up.
any full-time employee hired after the date of adoption, and this is set up and in place, then they would be required to participate.
Donnie, Daryl, what are your feelings?
I'm thinking about switching anyway.
I'm
I just didn't know nothing about it when we heard about it before.
Sure.
I'd never heard of it.
So you guys would be happy with that?
You're already on it.
Sounds good.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is good.
For a small town, just to get retirement period is wonderful.
Yeah.
People work at that nursing home
It's
all
unheard
their
And-
life and have no retirement
None.
whatsoever.
None.
Nurses.
But you guys, 5% coming out of your check, you're not gonna miss it.
No,
You're not gonna miss it.
and getting it for the rest of your life, that's a big difference than it running out for a few years.
You
Right.
got it. And it's like a forced savings for you.
All right, we're talking past the sale. I make a motion.
Motion by Michael Pete,
Second.
second by Trey.
Trey,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Ford,
Yes.
Denise,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
thank y'all.
Alright. Condemned and unsightly properties. We got a lot of people that are past due on this, but the biggest thing that we're trying to find out is how to proceed forward once they don't reply or they don't uphold their 30-day deal.
Well, I suggest that the city go in and mow it and then charge them like,
If it's a case where it's just not necessarily mowing, but it needs to be cleaned up, is that the same?
no, it's
No.
gonna be one price for just mowing it. It's gonna be another whole price if they have to clean it
I
up.
mean, there's some lots got trees that need to be cut down.
Yes, and
I mean,
like a couple of these Tubbs went and spoke to them and told them, hey, you need to take care of this or you're gonna be cited into court. Nothing.
Then you get into, if you got somebody that has old vehicles, old lawnmowers, stuff like that, I mean, I don't know exactly how to handle that.
Well, we may can just weed eat around them. At least it's presentable.
Well,
The
I
issue
think
is how to put some meat in it to
Make them want
I
to
mean,
do it.
I'm not trying to be mean, but force them to clean it up.
Yeah.
I mean, you cite them in the
We're not
court,
being mean.
it's so much court charge, and
No, we're
it'll
not
be a
being
monthly
mean.
thing until they
No.
clean
This
it
is
up.
a,
They
this
just
is
being
a
lazy.
long list, and this is not everybody. There's so many more that we could
Yeah.
do, and we're not getting anywhere with the letters we're sending.
One thing, whatever the city ordinance states, if they're violating that, we can write a citation for that, put them in court. Only deal with that is, I mean, they still have to pay, and if they don't pay, I mean,
No, they did that in Ticklerville. We might talk to them.
That's what-
Very
That's what I was gonna
They
say.
have turned over the property because he couldn't.
Yeah, they did, he did turn it
They
over.
find him like, I think on like a daily basis.
You gotta make, I mean, you gotta, and I mean, here again, not
And
trying to
that's
be
gonna be-
mean about it, you gotta make it hurt.
Thousands.
but I believe that's gonna be up to the judge.
Right.
But I think we can at least start citing them. And,
Well, there is an ordinance written, and we just have to follow it, and we're not being mean. We're just
Plus the problem
doing our
is-
due diligence. This
it's
is what
not
we're
ever been
supposed to do.
fulfilled. I mean, they send a letter out,
Right.
it kind of goes by the wayside, and everybody forgets about it, and everybody goes on.
Well, we got
what
a,
I'll
now-
do,
we got a new,
That's
What I'll
what
do is
it's-
I'll
Your
just-
guns.
Their game broke down.
That's
Yes.
it, like a
I'll
kid.
just get an updated list from Beth of people that are past due from their notice. Because if you look at the notice that's sent out, it states what they're supposed to do and what's gonna happen
Right.
if it's not done. So I don't think a warning from us would do any good. I think that we just get that list and sign them in and
I agree.
I agree.
take care of it.
Yeah, I had one of these property owners come to stop by this morning, and he said that he was having a contractor to do some work to get the property in shape. And I tried reaching out to the contractor just to verify that, and I had, called him, then I had to leave him a message, but just find out, of course, it's on this list, and it's past due. And I can see he's trying to save his own bacon, but that's, the way I look at it, that, he hadn't done anything yet.
Does it say in the letter, does it give them so many days?
30
It does.
days.
Well, it's incumbent upon the property owner to provide that information. You shouldn't be going out looking for that from the contractor.
I just want to find out what he's blowing, because he wants to prolong this, that's what he's
Well,
going
he
to do.
needs to provide
Here's
that
the thing, Bruce.
documentation.
Daryl went and put a condemnation letter on there and, police tape. He tore it off.
You know who I'm talking
I know
about.
exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're
All
talking
right.
about, and the chief and I talked about that this morning. I mean, here again, nobody's trying to be mean, but 30 days is 30 days. And
Yeah,
this
and he's had it for 20
person's had
years, so.
So,
And the placard where that was placed specifically said, this is not to be removed except by a designated agent of the city.
so what I've done,
I think they put it back up.
not unless I've done it in the last 10 minutes, when I come through, but I
One
have
is-
reached out
The
to,
other one didn't touch his, it was just the one on the left.
I've reached out to Mr. Charlie Fletcher in Dyersburg. He's architect, he couldn't do anything. He gave me Dale Dozer's name, of course, he's the county,
Yeah, building and zoning, yeah.
he couldn't do anything, so they give me Tom Mullins, city of Dyersburg. He's gonna help me, he said he can't do anything, but he wants to see our, ordinance and all, and look and see, and then kind of go from there. He said that the mayor can go in and, don't have to be a certified state building inspector, right? The mayor can go in and say it's,
And have them-
dilapidated.
Yeah,
Did you get that email?
Yes, I
Did you?
did.
Okay.
Beth, are these letters sent out certified?
I was sending them out certified, but it's $10 a piece. So I talked to Shane about it. I said, maybe we need to send them out just regular mail, because some of them are just mowing, and it may just be that people have got behind. We're spending $10 to send them a letter.
Them were certified, to answer your question.
Yes, though, now, something like the condemnation, yes, those were certified, because I wanted to make sure. We had the incident the other day where the dumpster was in the road and the guys had to go move it. I sent them a certified letter with a bill in there to pay us back for the city resources that were used to move it. So yeah, stuff like that, that I want to make sure if we're gonna have a potential fight on our hands is being sent certified. If they're not responding, we can always go back and resend it certified. I just don't want to waste all the
That's a lot of money.
postage. Yes.
Well, I mean,
For certified.
to get on the mobile button, no, it's not bad, but when you get into condemning something, then that needs to be
Yeah.
where you can
Right, right.
do it.
So Mary, start Monday morning, we'll go around to what we have right now. We'll go ahead and cite them in for the next court date, which will be before our next board meeting.
Okay.
That way, by the next board meeting, I'll have an update for you guys on what's going on.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
So basically, we're just gonna table this as well. All right, new business. Amend resolution to apply for USDA grant to add mowing deck tractor. So what we done here is we get that $50,000 grant from USDA yearly. And when we first done it, we just put in to get a asphalt roller. We thought we could spend $25,000-$30,000. Well, them things were like 42 and 48,000. So told Beth, I said, I'm gonna back up and see if we can find something in that $25,000-$30,000 range. But I wanna maximize the 50,000 to get these guys a side disc mower. Cause all they've got's a bush hog, and if you're trying to mow a ditch, you know where you're gonna be.
In the
Slide
ditch.
off in the ditch. So that's why we're redoing this resolution to add that in there to get the full amount of 50,000.
Had any luck as far as the roller?
I've got, Tim Taylor Century give me, one of them had 90-something hours with the 42,000, and one of them had like 10 hours with the 48,000. Of course, that's a little bigger. I don't really think he understood exactly what we were kind of asking for, and they're a little bigger than what we need.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reach back out to him, and I've called, First Choice don't do anything. So I might call, Thompson Machinery just to get a quote. That way we have, two different bids.
Is the reason for this, do you have to explain to the USDA what you're doing?
Yeah,
with the money?
that's what Beth,
Okay.
when I got her to reach back out to Greg
Yeah.
and ask him, could we do that? First it's kind of iffy, then he wound up saying, yeah, but
He
this
said
is the
we
last
can't change
time.
it anymore.
Yeah, this is the last time y'all can change it. So before we start doing it anymore, we're gonna.
Have your ducks in a row?
That's right. We're gonna ask for the full amount every time.
Yeah.
Or something. So we have a motion.
Make a motion.
Motion
I'll
by
second it.
Michael Ford, second by Bruce.
Michael Terry,
Yes.
Denise,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
All right, discuss and vote on rehire for all departments.
It's been nice on you.
I was gonna ask Daryl, you still wanna work?
I cleaned my desk out earlier.
Donnie, you still wanna work?
Yeah,
There we go. That was quick.
Mayor might want to read his birthday card before he does.
Yeah, you might. You really might.
While that's up, and following kind of on the same topic, I heard you had a man to leave you, Donnie, is that right?
Yeah, well, they actually worked for Daryl.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he just walked out.
Yeah, we've had two.
Because we all
We've
work
lost
together
two.
anyway.
We all have together.
Yeah, Joe left too?
Yeah, I think he's been
He's not
gone
on this
3
list.
weeks now.
Stonewall. I didn't realize.
Well, Joe ain't scared to work, he's just scared to work at one place.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
always worked for himself so much.
He's always done it, but he ain't scared, but
No, he's a good worker.
y'all have
Yep.
anybody in mind?
We got a young guy. He don't really have a lot of experience, but he seems like a pretty good kid that's been helping since he left. He was helping you first and then he started helping us. And I've been teaching him some stuff in the plant and stuff and
Y'all
everything he does.
Y'all still need one more?
Yeah, still need one more.
You got somebody, you hired somebody today?
Daryl hired.
I hired somebody today, supposed to be here in the morning to do the drug testing and paperwork.
Okay.
We had 11 applicants, Daryl and Donnie said.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a plus.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
great.
having big people call
I'll hush, because I was gonna sit there and try to think of somebody, you know.
That's a
You had
turnaround,
to
I tell
have
you.
I've never seen that many applications.
And trust me, I wish we
Jackie
could
had
hire
to
all
make
that
copies
though
twice,
right
but
now.
we don't want that many copies on hand. She's like,
That's
I gotta make copies again.
Yeah, I am the applicant, though I am putting them in a file, I'm keeping them just in case something happens.
There you go.
Uh,
Smart man.
Good idea.
I just got my third license. I just passed and got my third license. I still got one more to go.
Good deal.
So I'm up for a raise on them. And I'm not asking for what y'all paid yet, but my goal starting out was to be at what Mr. William made when he had his board. So I'm trying to work it out to where by the time I get these next ones, I'll be close. And that's just the where he was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You know?
But how long did William work in that position?
I think he was here 10 years. I think. I've been here 3.
Right, so experience counts a little bit in that
Yeah.
confusion, in that calculations.
And didn't we give him a raise whenever he was, Daryl, Donnie, did we give you a raise whenever you were over the head of the street in the water?
Yeah, I did get raised then.
So,
I've checked around though at all the prices. Mr. Williams was at $30 an hour when he left here. And I've checked around and that's a low number for this job. I'm still running 4 departments and that's each one's a department. The lagoon, you gotta have license to make the water, which Kent's is still on that for making it. And you gotta have license to sell it, just like beer or anything. I've got those licenses. And you gotta have license to collect sewer, I've got those licenses. And you gotta have license to treat it and send it to the river, and I've got those licenses. So all I'm liking is one, and I'll have them all. And most places you take one license and make a career out of it, but in these smaller towns, they can't afford to do that. And that's why I say, if I end up making what Mr. William made, I'll be happy with that. I'm not trying to kill the city or nothing. I just wanna be fair, you know?
So we done that, when you were getting paid all of them, that was like $3, $3.50 an hour?
I can't
Is that
remember
about right?
what it is. Yeah, I think so, 250.
Okay, and then, once we done, appointed Daryl, then that yours, we didn't do anything, we didn't adjust anything.
We didn't bring you back down, right?
Okay.
And you've been here how long? 3 years? And how many raises have you had in the 3 years?
I'm not sure. They give me one when Jackie left, and then I got another one. I've got the cost of living raises, but I'm not sure.
Is 7-1 a cost of living rate?
I got it.
Yes, that's the 5% that all employees
Everybody
got on
got.
July 1st.
It's like $8 in 3 years. You've had $8 in 3 years?
Yeah, but I've had a lot put on me in 3 years too. Say when I came, I was just supposed to run the water plant and the lagoon. That was supposed to be I was supposed to have to go out and fix leaks and do all the stuff in distribution that I'm having to do. But it's just part of the job.
Sure. So I'm just going to piggyback off of what Ms. Renee has stated. Mr. Calhoun has had considerable number of years, and so is it your expectation to be at $30 in 3 years?
Well, Mr. Williams didn't run equipment, he didn't dig around gas mains or water mains, he didn't do half the stuff I do for the city. He stayed at the water plant.
Okay, so again, your expectation is to be at $30 in 3 years?
No, sir, when I get this 4 o'clock,
And when will that be?
it'll be probably another year or so.
So in 4 years,
Yes,
it is your expectation to be at $30? Okay.
that's just what this job, this is a better paid job, it's supposed to be. And that was, I started, did you see what I started out at?
I do.
I was told not to take less than 20 starting out, and I took that. And in saying that when I got these licenses, that it would go up to where it's supposed to be. And y'all are paying Kent $5 an hour for this same license I'm fixing to put on the lagoon. That's what Kent makes right now for, he makes $5 for each of those 2 licenses. And that was, I mean, they was gonna have to hire 3 people to do the job I'm doing. It was gonna cost $180,000 a year when I come in. It was either hire me or pay that.
The thing is too, we're paying Kent $20,000 a year.
Yeah.
And
That's
they've been
what
doing
I'm
that
saying,
since
I'm not
22.
even asking, it's a little more than half of what he was making for that
From my
one license.
understanding, Kent's will go to half of that because
Yeah.
he'll only be providing the 1 license. So where we're paying him $400 a week now, once whatever y'all decide goes into effect, then he will go to $200 a week instead of $400 because he'll only be providing the
That's
1
even
license.
half.
And that's right now,
Yes.
right, I mean,
Like
what-
whatever,
with
whatever next check Donnie gets paid, Kent will get paid next week. We went ahead and left Kent's as it was because he had worked for the whole month of June. And it was the last pay period of June, and Donnie said, I don't wanna cut it short because he's done the work all month long. So we went ahead and paid him the full amount. And then I just told him, I said, well, we'll just have to go to the board and see what they wanna do, because I can't find anything in writing. We looked to see what he was promised when he was hired. The records weren't kept, so
Was there any raises given last year?
no, we did not get any raises.
Cost living or nothing?
No annual raises. The only raises that were given are what they voted on. Different ones would come and ask, say, I need more money.
Different departments did it at different times.
Yeah, the police department came and asked for money, the water department came and asked for money, and it just kind of, they ping pong back and forth a couple of times.
So the question that the mayor asked was the raises given last year, so that answer would be yes.
Yes, but not annual raises.
Right, just,
Right.
but raises were given, they were just given off cycle.
I mean, it
And
wasn't a
that's what,
percentage.
what you have is, we didn't get our
Like we did
cost
this
of
year,
living
5%.
raise.
Okay,
But what you have is the actual day that those raises were given and the progression. That's just what I was asked to do.
right.
just to show
So
you.
when the budgets are set,
Yes,
are they set with an anticipation of pay increases?
the only, the way that you work that into the budget is I budgeted Ken at $20,000 because at the time, I wasn't sure, we didn't know if he was gonna pass his test or not, and I think he
Sure.
took the test the same week that we passed the budget. So that 20,000 has been put into their budget. However, I also have to keep money in there for overtime because they do get overtime, they get called out. So
Sure,
where there is a little cushion there where y'all, I mean, I can't make any recommendations or anything like that, but there is, if we're dropping Kent down to half of that 20,000, then there's $10,000 there that's already budgeted to pay him.
so you can't budget the same money twice.
No, but I mean, I'm saying the salary amount
I hear what you're saying,
is one solid, one big amount for the whole water department.
absolutely. So in order to give someone a raise, you have to make sure that the money is there
Yeah.
Right, yes,
Right.
in order to give the raise.
right. So
And
if
so
you
I
take,
think we should make sure that raises are done on a cycle instead of off cycle, because we could run into a budget issue
yes,
where we don't have money for raises and we go ahead and say yes, and then we don't have money for it, and then we run in the red. So that's just a recommendation when we start to talk about raises, that we do it when the budget and we make sure that we have it in there.
Because Kent doesn't make overtime, right? I mean,
no,
No, he
no,
just gets
Kent
paid
gets
flat.
$400 a week, $200 for each license.
Yeah.
So starting next week's pay period, Kent will go down to $200 a week.
Instead of 400.
And
So
Donnie,
that
you
could- so
said
you
that
got
it would take
$10,000
you probably a year.
Yeah, but you could use it in overtime.
Probably,
Something
I'll
like
be
that.
eligible before then, but these tests are really hard. I mean, really hard.
Now, on these tests, does the city pay for those? You have to pay?
Yeah, the city does pay for that.
So I mean, that's a little something. to
Yeah,
take into
I'm
consideration.
not trying to kill the city,
I know.
I'm just
Well,
trying
you
to.
will at
I'm trying to get
$30.
a fair pay out of it because that's what I'm from.
were you expecting it all up front once you get the license?
No, I mean, I had to work in the plant for a year before I could even take a test. You have to be in a plant for a year before you can even take a test.
Yeah.
So I had to do that, and then this was my third time taking this test. And they're really hard, and the next one's
What's
even
those
harder
tests?
than this one.
What do they cost?
$150,
$150,
$110,
yeah,
$150,
but
it's under $200.
But
And
you
then we
have to
cover
go
his-
stay for a
we cover
week
his
in
mileage.
Murfreesboro.
We cover the trip to Murfreesboro, we pay the hotel and all of that.
So all in all, what's a rough figure? Tests, travel,
For all
Accommodations.
for all attempts, or
Well,
I
I
would
mean,
say
he goes,
probably $500 an attempt if he has to go to Murfreesboro. If he's going to Jackson, probably 200 because I pay his mileage and then I
So
pay
you've
for the actual
done-
test.
some in Murfreesboro and some in Jackson.
Yeah, they send you to Murfreesboro for a week for like school. You know,
Okay.
you go, and that's like just something to help you because they're so hard.
But you don't test there.
No, you go to
Okay.
Jackson test,
So you got that travel and that lodging and meals, I'm assuming.
Yes.
which on the test, you just drive there at morning, take it
Right.
and drive back.
So that's what I'm trying to get at. So going to Murfreesboro is $400-500.
Yeah. it's
Oh, at
same
least,
for-
yeah.
All right,
And if
then.
you take mileage and
Yeah.
meals and all that, probably closer to 7 to 8.
Yeah.
And then you just drive to Jackson daily. They'll take the test
Just one,
that
drive
day and
one
come
day,
back
take
home,
a test and come
which
back.
is
the next day.
150
Yeah.
plus mileage and
115, I think, for the test, just for the test.
And then mileage to Jackson back is about $95.
Yeah.
so you've been to Murfreesboro how many times?
I've been I've already got 3 licenses, so I've been, which Tiptonville, I was in Tiptonville when I got 2 of my licenses. So, but this was my 3rd time going.
But I'm talking about for the city of Ridgely. You've
3
been,
times I've been
okay.
for the city of Ridgely.
And then you've taken the test 3 times as well?
Yeah.
And then
This was my
the third
3rd
time you passed?
And I passed, yeah. I missed it by 5 points the first time and 2 points the second time. I mean, Tiptonville gives $2 every time somebody passes the test, they get $2 off. And the only reason I was asking for mowers because, I mean, from what everybody says, by all rights, I should ask for what he's making, you know what I mean?
It never hurts to ask. I mean, I'm not
No,
mad at
that's
all.
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying. I ain't trying to make nobody mad at me or nothing.
No.
No?
I
Nobody
mean,
gets
just
mad.
look at our side, you know, I mean,
Yeah,
that's why I was saying, you've been there 3 times, well, that's
Yeah.
2,100,
And
and then,
I wouldn't be able to, I mean, I could probably take it without the city paying for it, but
right.
it really helps.
Well, that's what I'm saying, I mean, that, you gotta kind of consider that in the factor.
Yeah.
That's like part of your benefits, that you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have to pay for that.
You know, they didn't have to, that's right.
Right.
Mr. Mayor, do we have performance appraisals on city employees?
I don't think we do it this time.
That's something that's never been done
I mean, that's something
up
we
to
can
this
do.
point.
I think that should be a part of a compensation consideration is a person's performance
Right.
and to determine what that is going to be if we're going to do raises that are going to be off cycle. Now, if you're going to do across the board, then that may be something different. But if we're going to do off cycle increases, I think a performance should.
I will say, I don't know about Tiptonville, I don't know what they pay for the license. I will say that I did do some checking because I was asked to. Historically, regionally, when someone gets a license, they get a 50-cent raise. And the reason I know that is, and the reason that the person that told me that knows that is because one of the boys that used to work here got his license and one of the former recorders gave him a quarter and he got all upset and said he was gonna quit if he didn't get his other quarter. And she said that just sticks up
Okay.
in my mind that at the time it was 50 cents a license.
Which brings
Of
us
course,
to
now,
another
this was
point.
Years ago.
Which brings us to
Years
another
ago.
point. We're giving increases. Is there a contingency that an employee has to stay a length of time once they get licensure raises? Because, I mean, we giving you $30 and then you turn around and leave us, then we,
That's right, I was gonna say.
And I'm gonna
that's
come
very
looking
good
for you.
point.
He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere.
well, we,
But I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree
It's
with
just
that.
like when we were paying for the police officers and you wanted them, after you go through and put everything into them, you don't want them leaving in
Right.
6 months.
Is there something like that in, do you know, on an officer? Is there like a year, you gotta give them a year?
So we looked into it. For years, they said that you could make them sign a contract, but then they came back and said that that contract wouldn't be any good. But when I took over, we checked out and New Bern was actually making their employees sign contracts, a 2-year contract. And they actually did have somebody leave when they took the court for one hand. So,
Oh, wow.
Well, it'd just be a deal that you either stay the 2 years
There
or
is-
pay us back.
but
You know.
then you gotta look at, so at the time it was costing however much to hire an officer. So it will be up to the board to determine how much. So So if he left after a year.
How much
Right.
longevity
what
it's
does he have
worth.
left to pay?
You prorate it.
Right, so,
Sure.
but, yeah,
But-
there is proof that.
but then now we don't pay
Contract will
for it.
stand up.
Yeah, now it's all on one.
Now we don't pay for it, right?
We don't have to pay for it now.
It's
So
on
we're-
state.
Ourself, we're not investing anything
Yeah,
into it.
yeah, actually you are.
You're investing in,
You're
Training.
investing in time and training because.
you're still
you're
paying their
these
salary.
guys Until they're certified.
Okay.
And they can't be by
You're-
themselves, so you're investing that time. You're also investing in uniforms. And if we run into what we ran into on that last employee that dropped out of the academy, that's 6 months that the city wasted that money,
Yeah,
And you
okay.
start over.
and we got to start over, so.
The education, like, my schooling was paid for by the state, my mileage was paid by the state, everything that I did through the CMFO program, the state covers, just like the police. I don't know why they don't pick up these
and help
licensures
on
for
those.
them, but, I mean, the other, like, our departments, those are covered, the state will cover that for you, where I went to class, I wrote them a check, I sent it to the state sent us a check right back for the exact same amount of what I submitted for mileage and training, so they just don't have that program with the water, as far as I know.
But as far as your question, contracts, there is proof that they are good.
Right.
Yeah, I tell these guys all the time, they're crazy, they order, I mean, if the city's paying for it, why not try to go get your license and stuff, but nobody wants to do it. It's crazy.
Too much work.
Okay.
So the big thing too is the water's starting to show a profit. So I mean, they're, I mean, I called Donnie on a Saturday, I think we was over here on Lake Street, and he and Johnny had fixed a deal, and then I called him one Friday night about 5 o'clock down 79, and there was a geyser shooting down there, so they had to fight that for 2 or 3 hours.
You gotta stay till you get it fixed. When you got a problem like that, you can't say, I can't do it. You gotta do it. I mean,
So do we have a motion to rehire all department heads?
We're gonna do all of it at the same time?
I don't have a problem not, no,
Mhm.
do everything separately.
Okay.
I think it should be separate. That's just my opinion.
So,
Oh, yeah, that's good.
There's a list in your packet.
so we're gonna start, well, it's just the department heads, so it'd be Donnie,
Donnie,
Daryl,
Daryl, Beth, and Jason.
Jason and Beth. All right. So do we have a motion to rehire Beth Fisher as our secretary?
Robertson.
I make a motion to rehire her for,
Second it.
Thank you. Mr. Bruce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Trey,
Yes.
thank y'all very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
I make a motion to rehire Jason Tubbs as our chief of police.
I second it.
Okay, hold on, I'm getting off my lines. You might want to reconsider that. Okay, Bruce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Ford,
Yes.
Denise,
Definitely.
Yes.
So you're not going anywhere.
Unless y'all kick me out.
Not happening.
Well, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
You and you guys.
We appreciate what you guys have done for us.
I make a motion to rehire Daryl.
I second it.
And Daryl, you've done a great job.
We
You've only been in your
appreciate
position a short amount of time, but you've done a good job.
Mr. Bruce,
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Pierce,
Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
Well, I'll make a motion to rehire Donnie Simmons as over the water and sewer department.
I'll second.
Who was that?
Me.
Okay.
So White Ford.
Michael Pierce,
Yes.
Denise,
it. Yes.
Renee,
Yes.
Trey.
Yes.
Thank y'all very much. We appreciate it.
Congratulations on
We-
that.
we
Appreciate what y'all do.
you guys.
Yes, we do, all of you.
All right, citizens input, anybody who need to approach the board about anything?
Ms. Pat, are you just glad to be here, huh? You have anything you need to voice?
No, I do.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
He does. I do. About this garbage pickup. They usually pick up on Tuesday. Now I'm still sitting the same spot.
Street you live on.
Twice.
I will call them first thing in the morning because they promised me they were coming back the next day to
They
get y'all's trash.
did, they came back and got my neighbors, but they'll pick them out.
Okay. I'll call them
How
first
do you
thing in the
look
morning.
down the street and see line of cars?
Especially the car, you know.
they've missed mine several times.
I don't even get
We-
that.
I told you, and I'll fill y'all in real quick on Republic. You know, I told y'all we've been fussing over these bills and that we had found what they were billing us on the dumpsters was a lot more than what we were billing people for the dumpsters because they kept raising rate. So the mayor and I met with them yesterday, and where the two bills, one of them was $3,800, one was $3,900, we negotiated that down, we got it back down to $2,900. It will stay at that rate, they cannot raise that rate until the end of the contract. And I made it known to him again, that we are looking at pulling our own garbage, and I said, it's not just the pricing, it's the service, it's the calling when somebody has a problem and us not being able to get in touch with anybody, tearing up garbage cans, like, it's more than just one issue, so they assured us that they're gonna work on making it better, and
What about the dumpsters, Beth, that you found?
I raised all those rates, but what we negotiated yesterday, I'm going to go back through because all of people, like the residential, their rates were raised about 25%. So I'm gonna go back and take what the actual bill is now and raise it by 25% because that'll be our profit margin on that, and do theirs back down closer to, because like Ray's One Stop, he was paying us $200. They were billing us almost $500.
Yeah.
So what we negotiated him back down to is about $300. So I'm gonna reduce his back down from this $500 or $600 mark, because that's double what we're paying them now. But at the time, with these two bills that I had, that was gonna, us just barely breaking even.
Well, what they done is they took the commercial rates on those and they reduced them for us. I mean, they realized what was going on, just like the dollar store's got a 4-yard and they'll pile it up and they need a 6-yard. Of course, we get billed off tonnage. So we were actually paying more money
Wow.
and they weren't paying us enough, and we were paying for extra tonnage. I learned all that yesterday because they said when them forks pick the dumpsters up, it's got a camera that videos the whole area, so they see it all when they're back at the office. So we're going to recommend that the dollar store get either a 6-yard dumpster or they're going to start paying a higher fee.
So with the failed services, is that in the contract? That when they have failed services, they give us a discount or
I
credit?
haven't read that contract word for word, that was signed prior to me. I do know that, you know, they had, this contract was put into place with a raise every year
Which is
on the
crazy, but
residential,
okay.
and it was not passed on to the
2.5%
consumer.
a year.
So, but we've got 1 year left in it, and what they wanted to do, they sent proposals and they wanted us to sign contracts on all these dumpsters for whatever rate they said that it was gonna be for 3 years, and I said, oh no, we're not gonna do that. I said, our other contract ends in October, and I said, I've already let y'all know that we're looking at hauling our own trash, which we won't haul the dumpsters, that we would just do the residential. I said, but no, we're not gonna sign any. Shane was like, absolutely not, we're not signing anything until we get what we need in place and we can do a cost analysis to see, because we've got a good garbage truck. And if we're going to electronic read meters, that's gonna free up a lot of time that these guys are out reading meters and checking meters and rereading and all of that. And it may be cost effective for us to go back and do our own trash, because you're getting one pull a week for more money than what we were hauling it twice a week for.
But isn't that what a contract's for? When they book you in at a certain price, that it be that price till the contract is up?
On the residential, yes, but this is basically what we were told yesterday. It's all in whoever's doing the negotiating and how hard they negotiate, and Ridgely didn't negotiate very well. We were just handed a contract and we signed it.
Tiptonville started out in 20 at $8 and some change, and they had a 3% raise for 5 years. So they just renewed theirs with Republic. Ours started out November 21 at 15 and some change, and it's topped out at $16.55. So that's what I made note yesterday to the guys. I said, you know, what's the deal? And basically what they said was it was just a contract negotiation, is nobody done anything.
Argued with it.
They brought a contract,
Mighty
it was
fuck
signed,
up.
and it was turned in, and nobody's said anything about the pricing or any of that.
And now, City of Tippville's went up, they're starting on this new contract, I think it's 13 and a dime. And it's a 5% raise for the next 5 years, which is still lower than us. But what Tiptonville did do is they went straight to $25 to the resident. They have not increased, so, I mean, they've made, their sanitation's making good money. So,
I got a question. I was gonna see what the update for Boo Bennett's.
Lift
sewer-
station.
Yeah.
Oh, Boone,
waiting on
Yeah.
T-Dot.
I talked to Kevin Harris at TLM last week. He's the one at TLM that told me that it needed to be approved by the state. Well, he's been supposed to be working on that. Well, I texted him one day last week and asked him if there's any updates on it. And a few minutes later, he called me and told me that I pretty much needed to get in touch with whoever my state person is that comes to the water plant and just run it by them and see if it's okay. And I hadn't talked to it's a lady that comes, and I think she'll be okay with it, because really, I don't think it's something that they got to approve, because it's in the city limits, it's what they're city limits.
Well, I called Gibson County Electric, I called somebody with them, and they called their boss, and because somebody said that we were waiting on them.
Well, we was at first, but after I talked to him, he told me that we need to put the power boxes on the outside of their houses and let them pay for it. So we won't need a pole for that.
Okay. They said they were just waiting on the city to send them a check, and they'd be out to do it.
No, now we've got a few other things in the process. We got so much to do right now.
Yeah.
We've got new pipe delay, we've got.
Before you get to that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've got the stuff to do it, most of it, I've just gotta get the pipe and stuff, but now they're telling me that I was gonna have to run it all the way across to where y'all live.
South.
Deeper sewer over there, but now they're telling me I can run it right down the street to Calhoun,
Surely,
so it's gonna be a whole lot easier than
surely.
what it was gonna be. I just need to call the woman in the station and get her okay for it now.
All right. Because he's waited several years.
Yeah, they've been waiting on it.
Beth,
Ma'am, sorry.
Beth, so we've lost all of that money that we had paid for like Ray's dumpster.
Yes.
We've lost it. We can't go back and.
I'm waiting on, I've got 2 phone calls in, I've got one to the attorney's office and I've got one to my finance consultant. And I have an apartment complex that was never built.
Yes,
That one, I'm looking at going back at least a year, and I've contacted them and spoke to the property manager, and I told her to be expecting that. I said, y'all have been, I'm not gonna go back the whole time. And what she basically told me is, because I went as far back as 2016, there was no garbage fees in there at all ever. She said they used to pay their own garbage privately, and they quit paying the bill, and their garbage was cut off, so they called the city and got in on ours. Nobody ever went in
Still
and
ain't
put a charge
paid
in.
nothing.
They're still not paying for garbage. And I said, this is what's happening. I said, you're fixing to have a fee on there. Your water bill is going to go up substantially. But in addition to that, as soon as I find out if I can go back, I'm going to go back at least a year. I know I can do that. Water and gas and electric, you can go back 3 years. So Eric said he's not sure. That's my finance consultant. He said, I'm really not sure on that. He said, I'll have to do some digging because garbage doesn't fall under the same jurisdiction as like water and sewer and electric necessities. So he's gonna check on that and see. But I mean, if we go back on it, it's gonna be, if I go back a year, I'm gonna bill them for $9,000. If I go back 3 years, it'll be $27,000. So.
Get that money.
I mean, they owe it.
And the rest of them, this is our mistake, and I think it's just one of those things where if we can recoup some of that, I think it's just better for us to cut our losses, get it right, make sure we're billing these people correctly, because I'm gonna have to go do a whole bunch of digging and try to figure out, okay, you owe me an extra $100 a month for this many months on all these different contracts. So I just feel like if we can, I was talking to Shane about it, if we can at least collect from the one that was paying nothing and then just learn from our mistake and move forward. I think that
I
would
really
be
think what
best.
happened with that contract was, the reason it wasn't argued, I don't know that anybody knows you can argue it, you know what I mean? But
Right, with it.
they just present it and you either take it or leave it,
No.
but,
No.
well,
You don't go buy a car like that.
well, I know, but I don't buy
Yeah.
garbage
Contract,
either.
contract, you have.
But what I was saying was, when we took them on, we had been hauling the trash. And that was such a mess. They were just ready to get out of that because it was such a mess and we were
Well, they
taking
should have
such
been
wear
expecting the bill too.
and tear on the
Yeah.
truck and all that.
Ms. Otter, did your your concerns get addressed? You raised the issue and we started talking about a whole bunch of trash.
Now, I will
But
call them first.
I wanna
thing
make
in the
sure-
morning.
Miss Ida, anytime that happens, call City Hall. I mean,
We did,
okay.
like I said, they picked up the neighbors, but didn't pick up ours.
Well, look here, call City Hall again. We'll call them. We'll make them continue coming back till they finally get it.
While they were there yesterday, we brought that up and he was like, oh yeah, they missed the whole half of the street and we're coming back to pick it up.
I think their drivers get like a little bonus or something for what I took yesterday. Making sure they pick it up, don't skip it, different things like that.
Somebody ain't getting their bones.
I got
They
two
ain't never
quick
got their
things.
bones.
The Depot Street project, it has gotten approved by TDEC. We will open bids the 22nd of this month. So hopefully we can get all the manholes raised. The other thing right quick is I attended the library board meeting the other night. We're kind of in a dilemma, just same way we are with William B. Acre Clinic, who owns what? The building had leaks back in March. They went through the county. I think they kind of patched it up. So Beth is looking, I'm looking, I'm gonna reach out to see who's it fall under. Does it fall under the city or does it fall under the county? I mean, don't know.
But there's no deed, right?
No, there's a deed. There's a deed.
And so the deed shows.
Well, no, that is the Cronin family, the
Yeah.
same that was the clinic in the fire department.
Gotcha.
So it's in the Cronin family, but if it ever dissolves as a library or senior center, then the buildings and the land go back to the Cronin heirs.
So was the county or the city getting state funding for that?
Oh, well, that's what we're trying to figure out because
The
the city
city is
gives.
not getting state funding. We give them a grant every year of $2,000 and that's all the city.
And I think the
has to
county
do
gives
for
them
library.
3,500.
I tell you who you could probably call up there and talk to Mallory and see if she gets any ACHs on
Okay.
the library.
But I do know, and that's why I told them at the library board, Miss Sherry Darnell went to the county asking for 5,000.
Yeah.
For the county to bump theirs to 5,000, over 3,500 for the city of Tiptonville.
Did they get it?
No, not yet. They ain't approved the budget yet. Their budget
Right.
was like ours. I doubt they would. I mean, I was told they weren't gonna get it.
They
So
come-
are y'all just gonna keep on paying Kent $5 an hour for his license? Or is that what's gonna keep going? I don't understand. Nobody told me that.
Well, that would be, no, he'll go to 250, right?
Yeah, that's what, I mean, I don't understand, nobody ever told me what was gonna be done.
No, he'll go to,
Well,
he gets $5 per license.
Okay, so it's
he'll
getting 10
lose
now.
one completely
Okay.
and go to he'll, instead of getting 400 a week, he'll get 200 a week.
He's on vacation, why he couldn't be here.
I got
I mean, he wanted to know, make sure his was still, he knew it was supposed to cut in half.
Right.
Oh, you're just making sure he still has a job for
But why
part
would
of
we
his,
tell him that?
but what he,
Well, I mean, yeah,
Right.
I mean, he got, but I'd like to know what my pay can go through too.
Is that something?
Nobody ever said it.
Okay.
Well, that's a money thing. That's the whole board. Table it,
well,
converse about it, figure out
Yes,
what we need to do.
yes. Table it. Let's have a conversation. Oh, back on this library. There's a resolution. What's that about?
That was, the city signed that. That's what, the lady that came, the state lady that came the other day, she gave me a copy of that. I mean, the city pretty much is just saying it's, when they adopted this resolution back in
2018.
2018, that they're acknowledging that it's a public library in the city of Richmond.
Right.
And so I just got a
Funded
copy of
by,
it. Well, it's funded by the state other than what,
okay.
what the city and the county give them. Which I'm not so sure the county's not gonna cut money like they've done
That's
everything
what I've
else.
heard.
But we're just trying to look into it to figure out who, you know, their deal was they want to know who to come to if they had an issue with the roof or
Yeah.
the lights need to be updated, that they've got a lot of ceiling tile that's stained and, you know, it's trying to halfway
Yes,
straighten it up, so.
yes. County, is it?
Do I have a motion to
So
adjourn?
Donnie, they're gonna just table it and then,
Yeah, we're gonna.
we're gonna just put the numbers together and see what we got.
Okay.
You gonna do department updates and
I didn't think that we
Sorry?
were gonna do.
department updates, or did I?
Well, I thought we kind of
Did I fall
Well,
asleep?
it's just table it, it's a way to.
Got any
It's a
updates?
way to put it off. It's a easier.
This thing good, is that thing going pretty good at this point? You're back to full crew now after tomorrow.
The solar farm wanting us to run the new, they're wanting us to run the new, probably over a quarter mile. So, you know, we just took the money for that job out there on the curve. Now the solar farm is wanting me to run a line from the highway, a little over a quarter mile, I think, down to a house or a trailer or something that's gonna be there permanently. There's gonna be 4 people working year round.
Is that down Harry George Road?
Down Harry George Road, we have to come up with a price on that too.
We also got to come up with a price going from Mr. Leapers to Judge Riley and his cabin.
Yeah, see, that's a pretty good shot.
It's a mile, a
Plus
little
that one's
mile.
gotta go under the road. See, if it ain't gotta go under a road, if I can do it, and we can do it, it saves a whole lot of money, but if it's gotta be bored under a road or something like that, which we could thump something under that road.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it saves a whole bunch of money if we do it ourselves.
Does the city pay for that or do they pay for
No,
that?
they pay. We gotta come up for a price for the solar farm. I told that guy it'd probably be a few $1,000s and he was like, well, that ain't nothing.
It
No.
is.
No,
Maybe it just went up then.
I mean, all their stuff they do is cost plus. and we're not
Yeah,
obligated.
he said that was a few $1,000 ain't nothing for them.
And I'm still waiting to get a call from their safety guy to get a contract set up for the city, for the fire department.
Yeah.
Good.
Anything else?
I won't tell you, I'm not going to put no water on any of
I have a
that.
motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Ah.
Aye.
Doesn't have it.